Imagine walking into a salon full of hope, ready for a fresh new look, only to walk out feeling like you've added 10, maybe even 15 years to your face. It's not the wrinkles, not the grey hair, not even the makeup. It's the haircut, that one wrong cut that instantly weighs down your face, hardens your features, and silently whispers your age louder than anything else you're wearing. Here's the truth most stylists won't tell you. After 40, your haircut can either become your greatest anti-aging weapon or your biggest betrayal. Think of your face as a canvas. The wrong frame, heavy lines, sharp blocks, or dragging length, pulls the eye downward and makes every fine line and shadow more noticeable. The right frame, it lifts, brightens, and gives the illusion of vitality, even if you've done nothing else. Let's talk about the most common mistake, the blunt bob. Now, on a 25-year-old, it's chic, sharp, high fashion. But on a 55-year-old with softer skin and less natural volume, that same blunt cut can look harsh, boxy, and unforgiving. It doesn't move with you, it stiffens you. And suddenly, instead of looking polished, you look older, tired, and almost trapped inside the hairstyle. Or take the long, one-length style. So many women cling to their hair length because they believe it makes them look younger. But without layers, without shape, that length drags your features down. It elongates your face in all the wrong ways, emphasizing every sag instead of disguising it. It creates shadows where you want light. The result? You don't look youthful, you look weighed down, almost like your hair is pulling your face south. Now compare that to soft face-framing layers. They bring movement, they bring air, they bring life. A layered cut opens up the cheekbones, softens the jawline, and creates the illusion of lift, almost like a natural facelift without any surgery. Add in a little texture, some light around the eyes, and suddenly your face looks brighter, your smile looks younger, and your energy feels renewed. Even bangs can be a secret weapon, when done right. Wispy, side-swept bangs can erase a forehead crease instantly, while blunt, heavy bangs can have the opposite effect, pressing down on the eyes and casting shadows. The difference is subtle but powerful. One version softens and lifts, the other darkens and ages. The real key is this: haircuts aren't just about style, they're about strategy. At 20, you can get away with almost anything. At 50 or 60, your haircut needs to work with your face, not against it. It needs to create movement, not weight, light, not shadow, lift, not drag. So the next time you sit in that salon chair, don't just ask for what's trendy. Ask for what makes your face glow. Ask for softness. Ask for shape. Ask for a haircut that erases years instead of adding them. Because your age isn't written in the lines of your face. It's often hidden in the frame you put around it, and choosing the wrong frame could be the difference between looking timeless or suddenly 15 years older than you are. There's a strange moment many people over 40 know all too well. You walk out of the salon, your hair freshly cut, the scent of product still clinging to the air, and yet something feels wrong. The mirror shows a version of you that doesn't feel lighter or fresher. Instead, your reflection seems harder, older, almost drained. It's not because of your skin, your makeup, or your age. It's because the wrong haircut has added years you never had to carry. Hair is not just hair, it's a frame. And the frame decides how the picture inside is perceived. Imagine a beautiful painting in a dull, heavy, outdated frame. The art is still there, but the frame steals its energy, makes it feel tired and aged. That's exactly what happens when a haircut works against the natural shape and energy of your face. Suddenly your features look sharper in the wrong places, softer where they shouldn't, and every fine line or shadow becomes exaggerated. One of the most common culprits is the blunt bob. On a young face, it reads as edgy, modern, even rebellious. But on a face with natural softness, with skin that no longer has the same elasticity, the blunt cut becomes severe. The straight line at the ends creates a block, a heaviness that pushes the eyes downward. Instead of looking polished, The person looks hardened, like their hairstyle is shouting over their natural beauty. What was once chic now feels unyielding, unforgiving, and far older than it should. Another mistake hides in the very style many hold on to for comfort: the long, unlayered cut. The idea is simple: long hair equals youth, but in reality, it can do the opposite. Without layers, without lift, that heavy length drags your face south. It emphasizes every curve of gravity, pulling attention to sagging areas and elongating the face in ways that make you look older, not younger. Think of it like curtains hung too low and too heavy. Instead of opening up the room, they smother the light. That's what one-length dragging hair does to the natural architecture of the face. And then there are bangs. Done wrong, they can be one of the fastest ways to add unwanted years. Heavy, blunt bangs pressed down on the forehead, casting shadows over the eyes and creating a boxed-in effect. They flatten expression instead of enhancing it. What's worse, they can highlight the fatigue in the eyes, pulling focus to fine lines around them. What should be a playful, youthful touch suddenly becomes a curtain-hiding vibrancy. What these styles have in common is weight. They pull down, they drag, they close off. They silence the natural lift and openness that makes a face appear bright and full of life. The wrong haircut doesn't just sit on your head, it reshapes how the world sees you. It can sharpen every line, darken every shadow, and make even the healthiest, most radiant person look like time has moved much faster than it truly has. When people say, "She looks older, but I can't put my finger on why," the answer is often the hair. Not the wrinkles, not the years, the hair. A stiff bob, a curtain of heavy length, or bangs that close in the eyes can add a decade to your appearance in seconds. It's not about chasing trends or clinging to what worked at 20. It's about recognizing how certain cuts betray you as you age, turning the natural softness of your features into something harsher, heavier, and older than you are. The wrong haircut doesn't just fail to flatter. It actively fights against you, adding years you never asked for. And the most dangerous part? You won't realize it until you see the reflection staring back, wondering when exactly you started to look so much older than you feel. If the wrong haircut can drag you down and add years, the right one can do the opposite. It can act like a natural facelift, softening the face, brightening the eyes, and restoring a sense of energy that no cream or serum can match. A haircut, when chosen with intention, is more than style. It is strategy. It frames your face to bring out light, movement, and vitality that was always there but hidden behind weight and shadow. The power lies in lift. Hairstyles that create openness around the face change how every feature is perceived. Take layers, for example. Soft, face-framing layers that fall around the cheeks and jawline can completely transform an appearance. Instead of the eye being drawn downward, it is drawn up and out, creating the illusion of structure where the skin has naturally softened. These layers add motion. They prevent the hair from sitting like a curtain, and instead allow it to dance with every movement. It is not about cutting hair shorter, it is about giving it dimension and freedom. Textured ends are another secret. Unlike blunt, heavy lines, texture breaks up the stiffness, creating softness that mirrors youth. Youthful hair is never static. It moves, it flows, it has irregularity. By adding textured edges, the hair mimics that same vitality. A well-placed angle at the ends, combined with light layering around the face, can make cheekbones look higher, eyes brighter, and jawlines more defined. Without a single injection or surgery, the right cut reshapes the way light plays across the face. Even bangs, often blamed for adding years, can become a secret weapon when chosen wisely. Side-swept bangs, feathered lightly across the forehead, open the face instead of closing it. They disguise lines on the forehead without creating shadows, and they soften the area around the eyes. Wispy curtain bangs, gently parted, can erase a decade of stress from a face, drawing focus to the eyes and creating a sense of softness that feels effortless. Volume is also critical. Hair that lies flat against the scalp makes the face look heavier, while hair that has gentle lift at the crown creates length and elegance. A subtle crown lift can elongate the neck and slim the overall silhouette of the face. It's the kind of detail that is almost invisible when you see it, yet glaringly obvious when it is absent. And then there is the question of length. For years, women were told to cut their hair short after a certain age, as though long hair was reserved for the young. That rule has no place anymore. The truth is, it's not about length at all. Long hair with layers can look stunning and youthful, while short hair without movement can look severe. What matters is proportion, balance, and how the cut interacts with the natural shape of the face. Long layered hair can soften and slim, while a short textured cut can look lively and modern. The danger lies not in the inches of hair, but in the absence of shape and flow. Think of a woman with hair that gently frames her face, with layers that move as she laughs, with light that catches in strands that flick outward instead of pulling downward. Instantly she looks approachable, vibrant and younger, not because of age-defying tricks, but because her hair no longer competes with her features, it celebrates them. The beauty of these cuts is not that they make you look like someone you're not, it's that they let you look like the best version of yourself. They respect the natural softness that comes with age, and they use it to your advantage, rather than fighting against it. Instead of harsh lines and heavy blocks, they create lift, movement, and radiance. The result is a face that looks alive, not masked. A haircut cannot stop the clock, but it can silence the years that try to shout from your reflection. When chosen well, it does not just sit on your head, it transforms the way the world sees you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. A beautiful haircut can take years off your appearance, but the truth is, even the best cut loses its power if it's not styled with care. Hair, like skin, has its own language. It can speak of health, vitality, and confidence, or it can whisper of fatigue, neglect, and years that aren't even yours to claim. The way you style your hair determines which story people see when they look at you. One of the most overlooked secrets is volume. Flat hair ages the face instantly because it exaggerates every downward line. A lack of lift at the crown makes the eyes seem heavier, the jawline less defined, and the whole face appear more tired. Even a subtle boost at the roots, a light teasing at the crown, or the use of a volumizing spray can completely transform how youthful a cut looks. Hair that lifts upward creates the illusion of energy. It gives posture to the face. It silently pushes back against gravity. Shine is another element that separates youthful hair from aging hair. Dull, dry strands absorb light instead of reflecting it, creating a matte, lifeless effect. Shiny hair, on the other hand, reflects brightness onto the skin, softening lines and giving the entire face a glow. A gloss treatment, a hydrating oil, or simply using the right brush and heat protectant when styling can bring back that luminous finish. The difference is subtle, but in the mirror, it can feel like stepping into better lighting. Movement matters just as much as shine. Hair that is stiff or overly styled can create the same heavy aging effect as a bad cut. Oversprayed frozen hair doesn't breathe. It sits there, reminding everyone of effort instead of effortless beauty. The secret is controlled looseness. A blow-dry with a round brush, a soft wave created with a curling wand, or even a simple twist pinned back can add life without looking forced. When the hair moves, the face looks alive. When it doesn't, the face looks locked in time. Color plays its role too. The wrong shade, too dark, too flat, too brassy, can drain the skin and emphasize shadows. But the right shade, even if it's just a few highlights around the face, can act like natural lighting. Strategically placed, lighter tones lift the eyes, brighten the smile, and soften the jaw. They don't scream, dyed hair. They whisper, healthy glow. And when paired with the right cut, they erase years that no product can touch. Texture is another key that often gets ignored. Smooth, glassy hair can look elegant, but it can also emphasize thinning if the strands are fine. Adding texture through soft waves or light layering creates dimension, which tricks the eye into seeing fullness. Fullness equals vitality, and vitality equals youth. Whether it's air-dried texture, a quick braid loosened for softness, or a styling cream that adds body, texture turns flatness into energy. Even the way hair is parted has power. A deep, harsh middle part can highlight asymmetry and flatten the face. A slightly off-center part, or a soft side part, can instantly add lift and frame the eyes more kindly. It's one of the smallest changes a person can make, and yet the effect can be dramatic, like turning harsh light into flattering light with the flick of a switch. The truth is, youthful styling isn't about chasing trends. It's about creating the illusion of openness, movement, and light. It's about choosing shine over dullness, lift over flatness, softness over harshness. When hair carries these qualities, the face beneath it looks brighter, fresher, and younger, not because of denial of age, but because of alignment with energy. The difference between a hairstyle that betrays you and one that empowers you is often found not in the cut alone, but in the way it is cared for, styled, and worn. A bad cut may add 15 years, but the right styling can take them right back off again, leaving you not chasing youth, but radiating timeless vitality.